We're peeling back the layers with Miss Ebony. We peeling back the layers with Miss Ebony. You ready? The layers effect. 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 We peeling back the layers.
We're pulling back the layers for Miss Ebony. We're peeling back the layers with Miss Ebony. Welcome. Y'all can get tired of that, okay? Welcome to another live episode with your girl, me, Miss Ebony, okay? Welcome. Welcome back to all of my regular viewers. Welcome to, if this is your first time, while you're here, go ahead and subscribe, like this episode in advance, have faith that you're going to like it, okay? And at the end of this episode, I want you to share. I want you to share this with your loved ones, with your friends, with your neighbors, with your enemies, okay? Don't keep me to yourself. Also, if you aren't following me over in Facebook in my The Layers Effect with Miss Ebony over on Facebook, go to the search bar, type that in, and my admin team will accept your invite, okay? So welcome. Hey, welcome. And if you're here, don't be shy. I see I got some people on already. Don't be shy. Say hello. Let us know that you are here. If you are catching this on the replay, I am sorry, but I still want you to leave a comment to let me know what you think about the show, okay? Hey, I got two of my sisters online. Okay. I see three of y'all. Welcome. So listen, I'm really excited. One, about the episode, right? Two, because y'all know I get excited every time I go live. But two, I'm excited about who my special guest is. And then three, me and my sis are giving away a fashion show ticket tonight. So in order for you to be able to even qualify for this free ticket, you have to be on this live. So everyone that is watching replay, I'm sorry, you do not qualify. That's why you got to catch the live, okay? So fit me into your schedule, okay? But without any further ado, you all welcome my special guest, my sis, my good girlfriend, Kiana Nash. Let's welcome.
I love it. Hey,
you welcome. Yeah. So I'm really excited. And like, if people see you and I interact in person, they will probably think we've been knowing each other for a long time. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we really just met this year, you know? But that is how you know you got like good chemistry with someone and good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Got our sis in the chat. Hey, is it Tamara or Tamara? Bro, I will mess
Tamara. Hey, Mom.
You told me Tamara. Yes. Okay, so introduce yourself to my viewers.
Hi, Layers Effect family. I'm super duper excited to be here. I am Kenyana. You may hear most referring to me as Key, Coach Key, Nash, whatever the case may be. But I am certainly excited to be here on with my girl, Miss Ebony. Yeah, we gonna pull back the layers and stuff and whatever.
And look, y'all, we so excited because we were supposed to do this last Wednesday, okay? So everybody that know me, whether it's personally or either on the show, you know I'm in the mental health field. So last Wednesday I was working. So to everyone that had hit up my husband, who is also the owner producer, thank you all for your prayers. It wasn't anything bad going on during that time. It's just I had to pull some overtime, okay? I had to pull some overtime in the 9 to 5 so we keep these lights on here. So we can do the show. I'm just like,
gotta get that direct deposit going.
Okay. That overtime look a whole lot better than regular time. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But before we even get into what we're gonna talk about tonight, let's just talk about the fact that This is Mental Health Awareness Month. This is also Lupus Awareness Month. You know any other things that's being honored and celebrated during this month?
Those are the two
Okay.
that actually stick out to me. I'm almost certain that there are other things that we should
Yeah.
be aware of, and I'll research that, and
Okay.
I'll drop that in on your page a little later.
Okay.
But
That's what's up.
I
And
know
then we can't forget about Mother's Day.
oh
Y'all.
yes, yes to all my mother. So all my mothers. I'm a mother. You're a mother. We have some wonderful mothers around us. So we definitely got to celebrate our mothers and all the ladies just out here, doing that triple time job.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So, but mental health awareness, it actually, is really like near and dear to my heart. I
Okay.
think the focus on our mental health is
Yeah.
lacking in our community, and we just need to just like make it part of the conversation, make
Yes.
it normal. Like we need to take care of our mental, because without
Yes.
that, everything else just goes downhill.
Yeah, it's like it's so easy for us to focus on our loved ones' mental health, our friends, our kids and children, neighbors, everybody but ourselves. You know what I mean? And
Right.
right,
Yeah.
it's so important that if we don't make sure we're mentally healthy, you know what I mean? We renew our minds, then we're not going to be any good to anyone else. So let me ask you, sis, so like, what do you do for your mental health to make sure that you regroup?
I'm just being still, just to
Yeah,
be
that's
completely
good.
honest. Like,
That's
I
good.
have learned to just pay attention to the when I just need to chill,
That's good.
because we try to do so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
try to, as women, we are pulled in many many directions,
Girl, tell me
and
about it.
so many depend on us to keep the things going.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say, we the women, we the peace, we the
Uh-huh.
peace.
We can do it all.
We can do it all, but
Right.
sometimes you got to listen to your body, you
Yeah.
got to listen to your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to. And I know, like, when my body and my mental
Mm-hmm.
is just kind of getting like confused.
Yeah.
So in
Mm-hmm.
that time, I don't do anything. I'm
That's
telling
good
you,
though.
I'm like in like super duper like lazy mode. My
Mm-hmm.
phone will go out warn my children.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, he already know, like,
Yeah.
oh no, let me let me
Yeah.
let her,
Yeah.
because if
Yeah.
I disrupt that time, ain't no telling what's going, what I mean, what's gonna
Okay.
be the repercussion. But
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I disconnect. Like, I
That's
take
good.
time to like disconnect from what I'm doing, professionally, and what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing, as just as a woman. And I will
Mm-hmm.
legit like be lazy. I'm talking about getting up and, washing face, brushing teeth, and laying right back
Mm-hmm.
down
But
and
that's
flipping through the,
good. That's
and
good.
I'm just learning, not to, whatever's there
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be there.
That's
If
right.
it's not, an emergency, I'm not gonna stress myself out about
Right.
it. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, doing the regular like nails, pedicure, and all that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that helps. That is a form of
Yeah.
self-care. But
Mm-hmm.
where I am at the stage in my life,
Mm-hmm.
at being a woman over 40, I
Girl,
just
talk
need
about it.
some quiet. I just
Yeah.
need to not move my car, not
Mm-hmm.
know what outside looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my home, enjoying my peace and
Yeah.
quiet. Yeah.
That is so good because um a lot of people don't know that just being still, being one with yourself, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think a lot of people stay so busy because they don't want to be, when you stay one with yourself, that's when you really realize, okay, like I really do need to regroup, But you said something really good, that when your mental needs to be renewed or restored, or be when you realize you need to be still, your health. So it's like if we don't make sure our mental is good, then our physical, will start breaking down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can always
absolutely.
tell when I need to slow down, girl, because I feel like my iron levels drop when I need to get my mental together the most. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's absolutely true, because like the body is a big system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like when one starts to shut down, it's going
Yeah.
to affect everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of times we see, like, when anxiety and depression and all of those things starts to creep in,
Mm-hmm.
normally our levels of our blood pressure levels
Yeah.
are elevated.
Yeah.
Our cholesterol is elevated. And, like you said, your iron levels are low. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like your body is telling you, and you
Yeah.
have to listen to your body,
Listen
because
to that.
stress can kill you. It
Mm.
literally can kill you if you're
Mm-hmm.
not paying attention, and you think that you're going to just keep on pushing through and pushing through. And
Yeah.
like, no. And and also, and just listening to my body and paying attention to the signs, it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's also my time to listen to what God is telling me to.
Mm. That's good. And honestly, when we all on the go, how can you really hear from God?
You can't.
We got so much going
Hmm.
on, so many distractions, our everyday life. And I feel like that's when I personally hear from God the most, when I do sit still. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit it on down.
He tell you sit down, be
Sit on
still.
down.
And people don't believe it until it actually happens to
Yeah.
them. Like, and that's what sometimes where you're praying and you're manifesting for certain things to happen in your life, and then you get in that space where you're trying to question what God is saying. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I tried to tell you, but you was ripping and
Yeah.
running. You was trying to take care of this person, that person, handle this business,
Mm-hmm.
and do this at work, and take care of your kids, take care of your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And all I asked you for a few minutes. Now I
Yeah.
gotta break you down.
Mm-hmm. Let me say, that's so good that you say that, because part of my mental health is, let me tell you, if this goes, if we don't control this, if we don't make sure that mind, you understand, that mind, oh my God, it's a battle, right? So
Right.
part
Yes.
of my mental health is, like you saying, spending time with God. Actually, like, not giving him no quickies, because I call
Right.
it. So I always pray on my way to work, right? But I
Right.
call that a quickie. Or when I'm in the bathroom doing what I'm doing, I pull out and look at the quick devotion, like, and then it'd be like, well, I spent time with God. You know what I mean?
Right.
But did I really give him that time? You know what I
Right.
mean? So that
Mhm.
is so important.
It's imperative that we do that, because why not?
Why
Right?
not?
Like,
He
he
woke us
gives
up.
us so much grace
Mm,
time and time and time
girl,
again. And he just like, so you can't give me 24 hours. Like, you
girl.
can't give me, even though as busy as our days are, it's
Yeah.
sometimes, and you don't even realize when you do it how relieved you are. And when
Yeah.
you see those things that you've been journaling about, that you've been
Yeah.
praying about, when you on that car ride and you
Mm-hmm.
this, how those things start to fall in place, your
Yeah.
health starts to, next thing you done checked your
Girl,
your
and it's
blood
good.
pressure going down. And it's like, you know what I mean? I told you
Right.
so. And it's like, you
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to suffer from insomnia really, really bad.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like, my sleep was like interrupted so much. It would really be, if I got a total of 2 hours in a night, I did good.
Woo, check.
And I did not, I'm going to the doctors, and they, prescribing all these, sleep aids. And, well,
Mm-hmm.
if you do this, then if you do this during the day, you tire yourself out. And I got crossword puzzle. I mean, I'm trying to do everything.
Yeah.
And then I came across an article, and um and it was so weird. And it was like, what if you use that time where you pray?
Girl. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to make this about
No, girl,
about
that's what we
religion
at.
and everything, but this is
Yeah.
this is just reality,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm like, you got a point, because I mean, I'm up half the night, so I figured this is, I'm on God's schedule. This is the time He want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that.
Mm-hmm. And
I
you
have not
saw a
taken,
difference.
a sleep aid, and it's been maybe 4 years now.
Go ahead, girl.
And not saying that I sleep all night through the night, but I get like 6 hours.
That's
And
good.
and I'm getting up, because I gotta go to the restroom or something like that. But other than that, I'm sleeping, because had to learn to be obedient. Like
Right.
my body wasn't saying I need a sleep aid, something to force me to go to sleep.
Right.
I needed to make use of my time
Yeah.
because it was just like, okay, you ripping and running during the day, you dealing with the kids. Okay, you think you about to lay down? No,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Because
And
until you
your mind
realize what I'm
can
trying to
rest.
tell you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
So
So listen, I had this thing where my body will wake me up around 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And
mhm.
my sister Keisha had let me know. She said, and even my mom, I was like, for some reason, I keep waking up 3 o'clock, 3:30, and they both basically was saying what you were saying. Like you keep getting up because that is time that you can give God. Period.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Period. Point blank
So as
period.
you can see, whoever you worship,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's got to be a part of your mental health. You know.
It has to. It's imperative.
So
Like we can't do it on our own.
we can't, and I won't, and I learned
Mhm.
that I can't. So let's talk about Lupus Awareness Month. So we want to honor one of our sisters. Let's give her a shout out, Kiana. We gotta give her a shout out.
Yes, our good sis, Miss Latasha Jordan. Today, many of us we rocked our purple in honor to support as she continues to survive
Yeah.
with lupus. As we know, lupus has different effects on anyone who may have that
Right.
diagnosis. But we do know it's ooh, it's brutal. It
Yeah.
attacks your autoimmune system, and
Mhm.
it does a lot of different things to a lot of different people,
Yeah.
especially in our community.
Yes.
So it was just good to see that we all came together and rocked
Mhm.
our purple just to show support for her, as
Yeah.
that's important. And also, like, one of my good girlfriends,
Mhm.
she actually became diagnosed at the beginning of this year
Okay.
with lupus, and just going with her through her journey.
Mhm.
And I think when our close friends and family get this
Mhm.
type of news,
Mhm.
we don't know what to
We
say.
don't. That's
We
right.
don't, certainly we wish we had the cure all be all,
Right.
but just being supportive with them in
Mhm.
their fight is
Mhm.
enough.
Yeah.
Is enough. So if that meant wearing purple,
Yeah. That was
wearing
dope.
pink, wearing blue, wearing green, whatever the case may be, if I
Yeah.
can show up and just show that love and support in that way, I definitely am.
Yeah, so shout out to everyone that whether you've been diagnosed with it, whether you know someone that may have passed from it, or whether you know someone in your life, and let's start getting educated on these different things, you know what I mean? Because there is a lot. If you research lupus, there is a lot that goes with that. And
Mhm.
so I have an aunt that passed from lupus. And one thing I would tell you, mean anyone with lupus, right? Because of the strength that they develop,
Mhm.
within themselves, And so I admire, those that have, different diagnoses, whether it's lupus, whether it's MS. I really admire their strength because if you met our sis, you would not look at her all and be like, oh, she's going through this because she's so positive, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so, yes, shout out to her. So, and thank you again for everyone that's joining. So let's get into it, okay? So, Coach Key or Kiana or Nash, she has a lot of good things, going on with her, right? And one of the things that I love about her is once you get to know her, you can kind of tell what her passion is and what her purpose is once you engage with her in conversation. You know what I mean? So let's get right into it. We call her Coach Nash because she is a Coach Key or Coach Kiana because she is a certified, okay, coach. She's a coach by experience and she did the work. Okay, she did the work in her personal life and she did the work professionally to become a coach. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's start it with what made you become a life coach.
It was weird, right?
Okay.
Like, I never thought, oh my gosh, I am going to be a life coach. Like, I
Right.
want to be a life coach.
Yeah.
So, like, I have experienced some things, right? Some things that most don't come back from.
Right.
And and people, like you said, once you get to know me, it's like, oh my God, like I love her. Like, like her energy is just, and I'm not just saying it because it's me.
No.
Like I'm really just like authentic. I am
Right.
who I am.
Hold on. I gotta interrupt real quick. Once you get to know her, this is how passionate she is, and she know that she has no choice but to live in her purpose, even when she tries to stop herself, right? So like we went to a brunch, and it was a young lady talking, and she was speaking, and I saw my girl, she's like, can I? She had to, because she know that she had to speak life into that young lady and encourage her, to continue to live and, to follow her dreams. You know what I mean? Because we met some young entrepreneurs. Oh, and real quick, shout out to our sis Stacy, who had that bombshell networking brunch. Okay. I do believe she's going to make this an annual thing. If you missed the brunch, it was called Who Is She Brunch. It was a networking brunch for women, whether you were an entrepreneur or an inspired entrepreneur. That was the place to be. I've never gotten my money worth like I did. I mean, I went away with a t-shirt. I had a meal, a bang-a-tail meal, and I met a room full of women. Like, we met a room full of women that were doing their thing, okay?
Doing it. And
so shout out to her. But I'm sorry. Let's get back to it. So, but yeah, so even when you try to so go back to how you knew you had to, because I know it probably was just in your face, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing,
It literally, listen, for some people that don't get it, they won't get it. They're going to miss it, right? But if you get it, you get it. Like, it was in me, like, a lot of times, it's just like, do it. It's like that, like say it. Because I once was a person that looked to somebody for inspiration.
Okay.
I once was someone who needed somebody to keep it real with me, to speak life in, because we live in a world full of hate, right?
Yes,
it's a world full of haters. Like, nobody is gonna tell you, good job, great job, keep going, sis, this how you can perfect your craft. We can be doing the same thing and I'm still gonna show up for you. Like, we live in a world where that is, if it exists, it's very, very small. So for me, like, I want positivity around me. And I get it. Like, everything ain't always peaches and cream. I get it. But who am I if my sister, my brother, if you're down, if you're doubting what you're doing? Because we're all born with something.
Right.
We all born with the talent. We all born with the gift. We all born with the skill. Like, we born with that. A purpose. We all, if I'm sitting and I'm watching you sleep on your purpose, and I can see it, I see the potential in you. Why would I keep that to myself?
Right.
Why? Like, that's selfish of me. So it was important for me, like, in that moment when we were in the room with them young women who, like, they listening to us. We're a little older. We we a little seasoned, and they just start. They scared.
Yeah.
And for them, we look like them. We talk like them. So why would I? Who am I to sit and be like, well, shoot, she'll figure it out.
Right.
Why? I gain nothing.
Right.
So yes, I'm gonna speak life into that young girl. Yes, I'm gonna speak life into you as my friend. And I'm gonna, in anybody, if I speak life into my husband. And like, anytime, if doubt try to creep in, because I know what doubt can do. It's a lot of people that just want somebody to cheer them on. Right. Like, and this goes back to, like, when my kids were younger and going to like the rec league and high school, like, football games, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking around in the stands, and very few people. Very few people. And I can see this young man or this young lady on the field, on the court, putting it out, laying it out. Nobody to cheer them on. Nobody from the family, no friend base, no support. And then years later, you can see that young kid that just took a different path in life.
Right. Right. And if they would have had someone, excuse me,
Encourage them
yeah.
to speak life into them, to
Mm-hmm.
show up. Like sometimes I don't even necessarily have to say anything. Like when I came to the brunch, I told y'all I ain't here to talk.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
once you get me talking, I'm talking.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I was here just to really support and
Right.
to gain knowledge and build
Right.
connections. That's why I was there. I'm glad I went,
Me
but
too.
I
Because it
mean,
was the bomb.
it bomb is an understatement. We gotta think of another word, but it
Right,
was.
right.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
even though I'm tired and I'm running late and everything, I'm glad that
Yeah.
I went.
Right.
And honestly, I just give what I want to receive.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I don't mean nothing more, nothing less. Excuse me, like becoming a life coach, I'm not gonna say it happened by accident because
Okay.
God already knew what He was gonna use
Mm-hmm.
me for. You know, if you talk to me, anyone has talked to me before, know I'm very transparent.
Right.
And even before I made the decision to be like, okay, God, I hear you, I see what you're
Right.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was always like speaking life into people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would get DMs, messages from anything that I may have posted, anything I may have said.
Yeah.
Like you inspired, you inspired me, and I'm like, what? Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, like it was like not something that was forced,
Right. So
and
let
it
me
was,
ask you, how long ago did you get started with your journey of taking the steps to becoming certified? And what was that process like for you?
oh goodness, the certification was I'm not even gonna say it was hard. It was hard. It wasn't hard. I was in my own way
Okay.
because I was really just like second guessing myself.
Okay.
And it took me almost 2 years.
Okay.
Was it supposed to take 2 years? No.
Okay.
But again, I would start I'm like, okay, like lollygagging, not even taking it serious. And then finally it was just like, girl, stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to lock in. So really all together, once I completed the courses, it really probably took me maybe 3 months.
Okay.
But it was, again, a whole lot of stopping and starting, me second guessing myself. Maybe this ain't what I'm supposed to do. Listening to naysayers, they saying, well, your life ain't always together. How you gonna coach somebody and blah blah blah.
And
And
that's
this
why
and
I
this and
can't,
that.
because I've been there, done that.
Right. And that's literally the attitude that I had to get. Like, because I can,
Right.
because this is none of me. This is
Right.
none of my control. I promise it's not.
Right.
This is nothing but God. However He is using me, I am just accepting of it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful of it. I'm grateful for the joy that I see in people when
Yeah.
they start walking in their purpose. Like I'm seeing some of my sisters, like they getting it, and it's like makes me so happy. Like,
What's really good is you have the life experience and you were educated on, the process of becoming a coach. Some people don't have the life experiences. You know what I mean? Some people just, okay, I want to be certified. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but you have both ends. You know what I mean?
right. Mhm.
So for those of our listeners and viewers who don't really know what a life coach is, explain to them what it means to hire or to contract or to get a life coach in your life. What does that mean?
So your life coach is really like an accountability partner,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my purpose is to meet you where you are
Mm-hmm.
currently, not where you've been,
Right.
not who you were in a former life,
Right.
but to meet you where you are now
Mm-hmm.
and help you maximize the potential that you currently have in yourself.
Okay.
So I am that life coach that no, you're not about to beat yourself up.
Right.
You're not. Okay, you messed up.
Right.
Life happens. All
Mm-hmm.
right. What we gonna do to fix it?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're gonna do to fix it, because we're not going back here. We're
Okay.
not going back to point A. We on our way to point Z. And this
Mm-hmm.
is how we're gonna get there. And this
Okay.
is, the work that we're gonna do. It's literally in the saying, in the title, life coach. I am present with
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
so, and I'm just like, nah, sis, you ain't about to sleep on that. Not
Mm-hmm.
today.
You know
Not on
what's
my
so
watch.
funny is so I've met like several life coaches, right? And a life coach will tell you that a life coach has a life coach. So what I mean by that is everybody could use a life coach.
Most definitely.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
I told y'all, I just told you, it took me 2 years to finally give in and be like, okay, I'm listening. I'm gonna be obedient. And I absolutely have a life coach. And just being completely transparent, I have a therapist
Right.
and I have a life coach.
Right. You're smart.
Because my therapy helps me deal with the old me.
Right.
My
There
life
you
coach
go.
helps me deal with the current me.
Okay.
So, and I'm grateful. And I and just in anything, right? I'm not for everybody. And that's okay.
Right.
And I respect that. But I'm for somebody.
That's
Just,
right.
Just when you're finding, your life coach, you have to see what works for you.
That's right.
And that's the process that I had to go through. And I tell you, if anybody is following me on social media, please go look on my page, Kenyatta P. Nash, and I shared Coach Sean Garvin. She's also a prophetess. Let me tell you, I've known her a while, and I knew what she could do.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also a life coach,
Okay.
and she's a spiritual life coach.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
so I reached out to her. We connected, and I knew that's what I needed. I don't need a me.
Mm-hmm.
I need a her.
Yeah.
To meet me where I am now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that paired along with, therapy. I'm like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
good.
like how you showed us the difference. You know what I'm saying? That your therapist deals with your past, and your life coach deals with your presence.
Right.
And there's all different type of life coaches, right? So we're
Right.
gonna dig into this a little bit more. You all stay right there. We're going to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're gonna talk about the services that she offered, her niche, her audience, who she, will be good to provide her services for. Stay right there.
Mhm.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed that. Just some quick, what is it, to pay the bills? So all the information that was in that commercial, we will drop in the group, but just to go over it. But They Family Foundation is, they have an annual $5,000 college scholarship that they do every year. The deadline for that is May the 19th. We will drop the criteria and the flyer that's on we'll drop the flyer with the criteria and requirements up there in the Facebook group. So that's why it's so important that you're following the Layers Effect Facebook group so you can see that. So that's so awesome. $5,000. Okay. June the 3rd through the 4th, they have their basketball tournament. They have a men's league and a women's league. This is in fact, it's their 3rd annual. They're having a registration and sign up. That's on the flyer as well for teams to sign up. They're looking for volunteers. They're looking for sponsors. I think it's really, really dope that Antoine Bethea, who's a he's a retired NFL player right here from the 757 Newport News, Virginia, giving back to his community. He does so much. So be looking out for that flyer. Then we have the Love Movement Social, May the 21st. That's on a Sunday. The Chat and Chew is going up there for their brunch and day party. Entrance is free. Now, once you get in there, you will pay for your meal and your drinks. But if you're not hungry, you don't want to drink, of course, it's free, okay? Shout out to those founders of the Love Movement RVA, because we had them on our Chat and Chew show. Was it last week? Last week. That was really, really dope. So that is a free event, May the 21st from 12 to 7. If you're interested in going, please DM myself or the other co-host of Chat and Chew, Special K, because we are going up there as a group, and we're going to do a live Chat and Chew episode there at the event. Then there's another Chat and Chew live episode May the 15th. And that will be a review of the Hot Pot 757. Sis, have you ever heard of the Hot Pot 757?
It's literally by my house. So
and it's literally good. Like, you want a whole
real, I've been wanting to go.
You gotta go. We have to go together. It is a whole experience. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that I went. So that's Hot Pot 757. That's located in Newport News, Virginia. So we're gonna give you all the review of that. As you can see, where is it? Where is it? It's in Newport News. It's located off of Jefferson. It's in the 23608 area. And this is where,
It's the old Quaker State.
Yes, the old Quaker State. If you're not familiar, if you're not on this side of the water, they do. Y'all see, I get joked on because I don't care what. I'm sorry. Okay.
The swoop
the swoop. Everybody, there she go with that swoop. So after this episode, all my friends were there. She go with that swoop. So they have a location in Virginia Beach, and then they just opened one in the Newport News area, right? So it's a whole experience. So if you love the whole the pole and you enjoy the Asian style food, then that is definitely a place to be. It is buffet style. They cook it, you cook it, by the way, in front of you. We're going to get into all that. So check that out, May the 15th, okay? We got some really nice pictures, and we got a really good review on that. We're going to have some special guests on that show as well. Then we have the Wives Conference, 5th annual Wives Conference, the She Prays Wives Conference, June the 22nd through the 25th. And that is conference host, Coach Nick E. I have been a part of her team for all 5 years. I'm really excited about that. So if you are available and you have nothing to do that week, not nothing, but you don't have plans already on your calendar, please check that out, okay? Everything that I have just went over will be dropped in the Layers Effect group, all the flyers, okay? If you have a business or you have an event, please reach out to us because we have some awesome advertising packages. We probably got the best deals in town, honestly, to be honest with you, okay? So reach out to us so we can advertise your business and your event, okay? So again, thank you for everyone joining. Let's jump back into it. So there are different types of life coaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's life coaches that focus on marriage. It's all about your focus here. There's life coaches that focus on entrepreneurship. There's life coaches that focus, so tell them, like, who is your audience? Who should be reaching out to you?
Those that are trying to reinvent themselves.
That's
those
good.
who are looking to So let me just step back for a minute.
Okay.
So just to kind of give you a little background
Okay.
about me.
Okay.
I am a survivor of PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
So I have experienced a lot of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Um Again, that's my past life.
Right.
Um but I still deal with that
Mm-hmm.
to my current life.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those traumas have actually held me back as a person, held me back professionally, held me back financially,
Yeah.
and just from advancing and progressing and walking
Mhm.
in my purpose.
That's good.
So so that's where painfully purposeful came about,
Mm-hmm.
because trauma is painful.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know there's a calling on me and that I
Yeah.
have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So my audience, and that's to say, my audience is those who are like me,
Mm-hmm.
that may have experienced something
Mm-hmm.
that they are working through to heal from, and that they're surviving with. They're not victims. They
Mm-hmm.
are not suffering. They
Mm-hmm.
are victors, and they are surviving, and they're thriving, and
Mm.
they have an anointing on them, or they
Yeah.
have a purpose that is ready to be unlocked, and they may not
Mm.
necessarily know how to unlock it,
Okay.
right? And or know to where to begin, or they may have a little fear. So
Mm-hmm.
where I come in is that, no, I'm gonna give you the tools to
Mm-hmm.
help you overcome your fear,
Okay.
to love yourself in spite of what may have happened back
Mm-hmm.
then, and to love yourself for who you are now,
Mm-hmm.
to outline your goals, to walk in what's given to you.
Okay.
So and in my coaching, I'm very transparent, because
You
a
are.
lot of times I do get asked, like, well, what did you go through?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Mm-hmm.
like, you might gotta cover your ears a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna tell you that I had to do the work to
Right.
get to where I am now, and I'm gonna help you do the work. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna say, well, this is what worked for me. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's effective.
Mm-hmm.
I know I stand on it being effective. So this is what we're gonna do. Yes, I'm gonna ride you because I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
If no one in the outside world believes in you, you're gonna know that I do. You're
Yeah.
gonna know your value as a
Mm.
person. So, and I'm checking in with you. Like, if I ain't heard from you,
Oh, that's good.
what's you okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm quick in the middle of my day. I could be busy as ever. Take me 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
How your week going? I haven't heard from you.
Mm-hmm.
What,
So let
what
them know. So there are, help me out, there are different tiers or levels, far as, is it like a subscription? Is it like a membership? What is
So
that?
there's different so there are different tiers.
Okay.
So the tier one is just really just like surface, right? If you
Okay.
just want to have, like, just access to the information that I may openly put out.
Okay.
Right. And that's available for anybody.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
be honest. I'm not saying you don't have to sign up for a subscription or anything.
Okay.
I can, something can come to me and I'll drop it. If you see it, it was for you. If it
Mm-hmm.
bless you, that's for you. Tier two is more one-on-one
Okay.
with me, where it is a monthly subscription.
Okay.
So with the subscription, you get the daily affirmations, you get a weekly homework assignment, and then
Okay.
you get a bi-weekly check-in. The
Okay.
check-in could be either in person, where you and I, we're gonna go and we're gonna grab some lunch and we're gonna talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
or it's gonna be virtual,
Mm-hmm.
just depending on scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
I also have an option where we can do groups, where it's going to be like a group activity, not necessarily saying that everyone in the group knows your personal situation,
Right.
but the focus is the same for the exact same group.
Okay.
So had that should that be like journal entries, homework assignments, readings,
Mm.
things like that. And then I have, for just depending on the circumstance, I'm gonna have, I guess you could call it tier 4 or 5 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
where you have me, and we have more serious dedicated time,
Okay.
where instead of, a monthly or a bi-weekly meeting, we meeting every week.
Okay.
And it's more aggressive. Like, I'm on your back. Like, you turn your back, I'm right here. Like, so it's just depending on the need.
Okay.
So right now, most of what I have been doing, I have some one-on-ones with some people, but mostly I've been doing things as group.
Okay.
That's been really effective.
Yeah.
And again, if you follow me on social media, you already know I'm gonna feed you something, for free. I'm gonna give you an appetizer for free.
Yeah.
Just again, because for me, this is not a job.
Right.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I love it.
So, you know, if I could do everything for free, honestly, I would. But in the same token, I do take time away from my
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
I take time away from myself. And even, my actual professional career to, help people, because like I said, I love to see my sisters winning. I love to see it. I love when they, texting me and they like, oh, I finished my homework. And I love when they sending me their journal entries throughout the day. So I can't even describe the
Yeah.
feeling. Like,
I gotta read this, and we got a viewer on, and she said, "But you get what you pay for. You should be paid for your gifts." I agree. Okay, let me tell you something I learned over the years. Okay, so I used to do these free events, right? And you would have some people show up, right? And then I start doing, okay, let me just charge $25. Not saying price point make a difference, but it do, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I had people showing up, right? When I started having events where people had to pay a higher dollar, people took it more seriously. And I'm gonna tell you why, because it's an investment. You know what I mean? You need, like, the way I look at life coach is me hiring you as a life coach is me investing in myself, right?
right.
I have a goal and a purpose that I'm trying to get to, a goal I'm trying to reach, and you're going to be my professional accountability partner to help me get there. You're going to give me the tools. You're going to hold me accountable. You know what I mean? You're going to, we're going to get together. We're going to come up with a plan. You're going to give me homework. You're going to make sure I do the work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let's just be honest. Someone paying a life coach versus you just getting all these free sessions, you're not going to take it seriously. You might show up on the virtual call. You might not. You might show up at the, in person. You might not. You might do the homework. You might not. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just personally believe in investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
And when you invest in yourself, you're gonna take it more seriously, Okay, right. Cassandra, I hope I'm saying your name right. And so that's my sis from the Positive Vibes Group. So shout out to you. She said, that's true. I think differently going to the dollar store. Girl, say that. Versus you do to going to Nordstrom's. Yes, the mindset is different when it's free. It is so different. You know what I mean? Think about it. The way you dress at a free event. It's totally different the way you dress. You don't pay that $100 ticket, girl. You're gonna make sure your hair. You're gonna make sure you look good. You feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like I have, even when you have a registration, I have registered for free events or even registered for lower paying events, and I'm not knocking them. But girl, I have not shown. Like if I ain't feel like going, I ain't go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
right.
when I know that I really put that investment in there, I'm going to go. I'm going to pull myself together, and I'm going to go because I signed up for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So thank you, Cassandra. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much, because that's so true. And I like that you put that. People should pay. You did the work by investing in being a life coach. You know what I mean? It took your time. It took your sacrifice. It took the work, and it took your money. Let's talk about it, okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah,
absolutely.
like...
And I certainly can appreciate that. And that is hence why I have a life coach as well.
Right.
Because just kind of a trait that I have that I'm working on. I want to see the good in everybody. Right. So it's just like, if I got it, you got it. But I do there. And I don't want it to get misconstrued that I'm just out here coaching people for free. So don't y'all flood my inbox thinking that it's free, because it's not.
And
I
if you
will,
know,
however, give
because
a
I
free
will say this,
jewel
I
or
will
two.
say this. Tiana, you have a big heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, let me tell you, the investment is so worth it, because when they, sign on, hire you as their life coach, and they start working towards their own goals, it's going to benefit them.
Right.
I mean,
yes.
You're helping women to be a better person, a better them. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to be that successful entrepreneur, I got to make sure I do the work, and I got to make sure all of Ebony is good. You know what I'm saying? Because if Ebony, is raggedy or not well put together, I'm not going to be a successful entrepreneur. I'm not going to be a successful mom, a successful wife, and make it out here in this world, period. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
So that's what I love about it. I believe in, getting a life coach. And I love that you distinguish the two. You know what I'm saying? Between getting a therapist and a life coach. And it's so okay with having both. The therapist meets you where you were, you know what I mean? And help you to bring you where you are. And then the life coach meets you where you're at to get to where you're trying to be and who you're trying to be.
I actually strongly encourage it, because a lot of us don't know how important it is to address the past.
Yeah.
Because the past will creep in.
Sure will.
And no matter how hard you try to avoid those situations, if you don't address it, it's there.
Yeah.
It's always going to be there. It's always going to be nagging. And then it's going to become a point to where you're forced to address it.
Yeah.
So it's better to get ahead of it. I think that, if you do both of them at the same time, you can absolutely do that. But I do believe in order to fully have any life coaching be effective, that you have to have some form of healing already.
Oh, that's good.
Because it is going to help mold you into where it's gonna it's gonna step you into that next chapter, and you're not gonna be held hostage to whatever happened in the past, because that it will still haunt you. It will still haunt you. And then next thing when the mental illness that starts to take over, that way your new self that you're trying to work on and that you're trying to step into, then it's gonna set you back. So I think it's very important to have both. And there are a lot of resources that offer therapy, and a lot of times you don't know that things from the past have affected you until you talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's you could be like, well, I'm good, my past life was perfectly good. That's cool too. But sometimes that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to face what it is, and you gotta be accountable to address what it is.
Yeah. So basically, you can't get to where you want to be or the goal you're trying to achieve until you have resolved or faced some unresolved issues or some things from the past. You know what I'm saying? And that makes so much sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't get where you're going if you don't know where you've been.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you look at these famous people and these celebrities and these successful people in life, and I'm talking about all the people that's making, like, I ain't talking about 6 figures, 7 figures, they all have a life coach.
Yes.
They all have someone holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about your good girlfriend. I'm not talking about your spouse or your partner, because honestly, you need someone professional, because they're going to hold you, and they're going to really hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to make sure you do the work. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. And I think a lot of times when we look for like our friends, right, we really want our friends to agree with us.
Right. That part. And I do.
We really, really do. Like, we want our friends to be like, yeah, girl,
do that.
Like, okay, you don't want it, you gonna stop doing it, you gonna stop putting your time into your business for now. It's cool. All right, you should. that ain't your friend is gonna be like, no, maybe you should work on that. Maybe you do something to figure it out. So, and
And then
I
let me
do.
say this. Let me say this real quick, because you can have friends that tell you like, nah, 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 but at the same time,
We're not gonna receive it.
that part.
We're not gonna receive it
She
because
hating
it's
on
like,
me. She hating on me. She trying to block my blessings.
listen, and now next thing you know, we're in an argument. We
Right.
be with our
And the
friends.
and the friendship broke up.
Right.
You know. So yes.
So,
So shout out to Stacy. Stacy, you missed it. I can't wait till you go back and watch this from the beginning, because we gave you a whole shout out about your brunch. Cassandra said, I work in HR. All C-suite have one.
yeah.
Period.
Point blank. Period.
Point blank.
The same, Cassandra. They do.
Okay.
They
y'all
do.
see that from the HR department? Okay.
And it's probably free. You probably get some sessions for free.
Right.
So,
okay.
you got to utilize those resources. Sure.
But the whole point, whether you get it for free or whether you pay,
invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself.
Right. Investing in especially your mental health. I think if you just think of all the things that we spend money on frivolously, that I mean, out to eat, half the time food not good. Subscriptions that we don't even,
just so much.
Like, clothes that we already got the shirt, things that just don't make any sense. So why not take the time to invest in your mental health? Just like you said, investing in yourself. Like, you got to show up for you. Nobody else is going to show up for you. You got to show up for yourself. And it's always good to be your true, authentic self and walking in your purpose. Because one thing about your purpose, can't nobody take that from you. Somebody else's purpose might look like yours, but that plan, that floor plan is not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same. Yours is for you, mine is for me, and etc. Like, you gotta do it. Like, we were not born to be just here.
Right.
We were born for a purpose, with purpose, on purpose, to bring good out in everybody. And
let me say this, I feel like sometimes that is also the purpose of a life coach, right? Sometimes you don't know where to go. You don't really know where, so that life coach can provide you the tools to actually figure out what your passions are and what your purpose is and the route to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And that's actually one of the activities that I like to do. I like to, number one, just so we can ensure that, like, the past is not going to interfere. Like, what are the things that you want to get rid of? What's the things you want to get rid of? What's the thing? Where do you want to go? Like, you remember where your parents would, well, what's your plan?
Yeah.
What's your short-term plan? What's your long-term plan? What's your 2-week plan? Like, that's a real thing.
It is.
Because if you don't have a plan, what are you doing?
What are you doing with your life? That part.
Like, I tell my kids all the time, okay, you can do whatever you want to do. You can make whatever decision you want to make with your life, but do you have a plan?
Right.
Like, how are you going to get there? Like, and sometimes you have to do that. You have to, just like when we used to have to write essay papers and all of those things, you have to make that outline. You got to fill in the outline. You got to take out the sentence that don't make sense and go rewrite it. And if you got to keep reading that introductory statement over and over and over until you can recite it word for word and it makes sense and you can help me make it make sense, that's what you have to do with your plan. So you're not going to come to me with surface, oh, I want to open a boutique. And I'm just using this as an example. Right. Well, what you going to have in your boutique? Clothes. Clothes for who? Who's the vendor?
Right.
How long is it going to take to get there? What's the price point?
How much money you trying to make? All of that.
Right. Who's your audience? What's the cost of having a building for the boutique?
Mm-hmm.
Do you gotta have a lease or you gonna own it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere to park if I come to the boutique?
Right, girl, hold on. We're not gonna get them too much. Hold on.
Okay, and that I know.
And this is why you need. This is why you need a life coach, okay? But listen. So, and there is so much more, right? So
it's a lot more, Jesus.
You all are going to see more of my sis coach Kiana on the Worldwide Entertainment platform. You know what I'm saying? So let me just put that out there. So you're gonna see more. You're gonna see more of her as a special guest because she is getting ready for a project of her own, but we'll wait for that. But listen, so this is another part. Before we get up, we're going a little over, you all, but please don't go anywhere. So my last show, I did not have a letter. This show I do, so I'm gonna get right into the letter. So Kiana, you watch the show, you know how it works. I'm gonna read the letter, I'm gonna give my feedback, and give you.
Let me take my glasses off so I can hear.
Okay. And so listen, while we are giving our feedback, everyone up here, y'all, please give your feedback. The whole purpose of these letters, they're writing in to get this free. This is the only time they get it for free. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Only time.
Y'all
heard it here on the Layers Effect.
Okay, on the Layers Effect. Let's get into it. Okay, so dear Miss Ebony, if you are reading this, thank you in advance for taking the time to read this email. Thank you for taking the time to email me. Okay, all right. I am writing you because I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I have been married going on for 22 years, and I'm a mother of 2 awesome and beautiful kids. Okay. In fact, I couldn't have asked for better children. Our son is 22 years old. Our daughter is 20 years old. My issue is my husband / their dad wants them to move out by July 1st. He is retiring from the military soon, and he said the best retirement gift that the kids could give him is moving out. Oh my God. Both of our children have expressed they aren't ready, and truly, I'm not ready. The kids and I have laughed and even joked about their dad wanting them to move out. But he has made it clear that if they do not move out willingly, y'all ready for this? He's going to have the courts to serve them an eviction. My husband has expressed that he feels I should have his back on this situation. Miss Ebony, the man is so serious. He has been sleeping on the couch in his man cave and refuses to sleep in the bed until I give him my full support. And she ended it with, what the hell should I do? Okay, so again, thank you for writing in. And so this is my first time getting a letter like this, right? Woo. And it's so many different angles. So again, you all in the chat, leave your advice to this sis, okay? So I'm gonna go first, and then my good girlfriend Kiana gonna go next. The coach gonna go next and give her feedback. So congratulations on being married for that long. And that's really awesome. You haven't said really anything far as the children, but you did let us know they are 22 and 20. You did share with us that your husband is retiring from the military and he wants them to move out. I personally know how that feels because our oldest is 23 and my husband was on that same thing. And he didn't go as far as like the eviction notice and all that. But he did share with me that he wants them to not live with us forever, right? So our oldest moved out, and I was ready personally for her not to go and then quickly move back home. And he was so serious about it that my husband was willing to offer to assist our oldest daughter with not paying all of her rent, but paying her whatever she was short, you know what I mean? Assisting her with some of those bills so she can maintain living on her own. You know what I mean? You didn't give us too much information about your husband besides he retired from the military. My husband's in the military, and I already know how that military thing can be. He didn't reach retirement, but with the years that he did put in, I know what it meant to his mental health. So maybe that is why he's feeling like he needs this to be just you and him. And he's serious, sis, because he's talking about going to the courts, right? July 1st is not that far. Maybe you and him can come up with a plan. With first really looking at your children. You have a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old. Are they really ready financially? You didn't even mention anything about their finances. You didn't mention anything about their credit. So are they financially, are they mentally ready to move out, right? So let's say they're mentally, they can do good on their own. Maybe they can get a place together. I'm just giving you some different options. Maybe they can get a place together, right? But they're not financially ready. So daddy / your husband, is he willing to commit to help them? Far as, you know, you got to get to the root of why you said, since they are awesome and wonderful kids, you couldn't even ask about the kids. You didn't even say like someone is stealing the car, someone is stealing the credit cards. Me personally, I don't believe in moving your children out too fast. You know what I mean? I believe in why they're here. Educate them and assist them with getting them credit ready while they're working or in school. Like, is anyone in school? 20 and 22. Is somebody in school? Are they in a career? Because I'm telling you, the average paying job, like $15 an hour, you cannot go out here and move out on your own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to stop there. Pick it up, sis. Give your feedback. We're going to jump. We coming, chat. We coming. Y'all keep it rolling. We're going to go to the chat.
Ooh,
go ahead,
that
sis.
chat jumping. Woo.
That chat jumping. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a lot to unpack here,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm gonna actually speak from personal experience.
Okay.
So our children are 25,
Mm-hmm.
23,
Mm-hmm.
20,
Okay.
19, and
Mm-hmm.
16.
Okay.
So sis, you gotta be united with your husband.
Oh, okay. Let's look at these different perspectives. Go ahead.
I know somebody is gonna be like, I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Y'all gotta go read the order now. You have to be united with your husband on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that why does he want them to move out?
Mm-hmm.
And are they prepared? Have you all, as their parents, prepared the children
that part
to go out in the world?
Mm-hmm.
I also am not you 18, you grown,
right
go. I'm not that. I wanted my kids to stay here forever. However, we prepared our kids early.
Okay.
Like we gave them the life tools, what they needed. We set them up early.
Mm-hmm.
Our oldest son, he graduated high school, he went to college. In college, we started helping him with his credit.
Okay.
And building his credit and making sure his credit was good. From there, he from when he graduated college, he went into the Army. So he didn't have to move back home.
Okay.
So that was an option. So then we had our 23-year-old, our 20-year-old, and our 18-year-old. Our 16-year-old, he doesn't live in the home with us. He lives in a different state. Gotcha. So we were in a position to where the three younger kids, they actually live together. They don't live here with us. They have, whatever they can't make on the rent, we cover.
Okay. So
because if you have done your job as a parent, mm-hmm. and you've prepared your kids to go out and they all work, two of them, one is a mom and the other two are in school full time. They all work. Honestly, they don't even ask us for nothing. And that's a blessing. But you cannot show your children that you and your husband are at odds on this issue.
Okay.
You are going to have to humble yourself. I know I'm a smother mother too. I still want to know what my kids doing, grown and all. Mm-hmm. And I still want to help them when they fall. And my husband, a lot of times, he got to redirect me like, dear, you got to let him learn. Because truth be told, we don't live forever.
Right.
So they have to learn certain things on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot, as that man being their father and your husband, you all need to have a serious discussion as
Mm-hmm.
to, one, are they ready?
Right. That part,
Two,
are they ready? Like, she left a lot
present
out.
solutions.
Right.
Present solutions. Okay, maybe not July 1st.
Right.
Maybe we would get them together, and maybe they're not financially ready and we can help them,
Mm-hmm.
and we still have an empty nest. Because
Mm-hmm.
I get it. That man's been working, he's been deployed, he wants some quiet.
Sound like it.
he
I
might he
won't
might
lie.
want to he might want to rekindle things with his wife.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. After a certain amount of years, it's be like, hey babe, kiss
Yeah.
on the forehead, and the romance may be dead. So
Mm-hmm.
he might want to, he probably purchased a nice home. He
Mm-hmm.
might want to walk around in his boxers
Naked or something. Yeah.
naked.
So
He might.
let me say this. So one of the things that stuck out to me before I read the letter, I was like thinking man cave, but he's sleeping in man cave. I agree with you that, like, when it comes to the children, something I had to learn over the years, and I will say this, y'all, it take you being married, and it take you being married some time. Because our situation, when my husband and I married, I already had 2 children. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was that single mother. So some of the things that he said, it was kind of hard to get on that bandwagon at first, because I was like, wait a minute.
What you talking about?
I know the words say, like, your husband, your wife, then your children, but I still had the mindset of that single mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My baby. But he has that man cave. So before we jump in the chat, I do feel like this. I agree with a lot that you said, but I will say this. The same way she needs to be on one accord with her husband, far as like getting to, and I like how you didn't say just agree. You said figure it out. Are they ready? Come up with a plan. I do feel like the husband at the same time needs to meet the wife and get your mind
Right.
probably
It,
back
it
in his
definitely
bed.
needs to be. It definitely
Because
needs to be a compromise.
right, to sleep in
And
that
she said
guest room. I mean, that man cave. I have a whole issue with that. What is you
right,
doing? You on
right,
the app? You texting? What you doing? I'm coming
right,
in there too.
right. In there, we on the couch
We
together.
on the couch together in the man cave.
Listen, and I also, something else that stuck out to me in that letter is that she said sometimes me and the kids laugh and joke about it. That man
Yeah,
feel disrespected.
that's true. That's true.
That's why he on that couch.
That's
He
true.
feels disrespected
That's true.
because y'all think I'm playing, and
Right.
like in his mind, he could have been joking.
Yeah.
Right, or maybe not. He could have been. It could have been a little bit of seriousness in it, right? Because we know in every joke sometimes there's a little bit of seriousness.
And somebody
But
going to
now
court.
they have like not taking him serious,
Yeah.
and it could be a lot of other things going on in her mind. She could be, oh, my kids are awesome, but like you said, they could be still in the car. Somebody on, no, you ain't about to be stealing from me.
Yeah. I do feel like there's a lot missing from
It's a lot, definitely a lot missing.
you know what
It's
I'm saying? To the
definitely
point,
a
and look,
lot.
she didn't. One thing I will say, she didn't even say, we can't even be like, well, this how he treat his stepkids, because she ain't say that. She said, my husband, their dad.
He's
So
sick on.
he's sick. Okay. Let's go to the chat. Okay, so let's start to the top. Oh Lord, I am not hearing the why. Yes. Do they have the life skills? He wants the empty nest, but can the husbands? Yeah, can the husbands start traveling? That's okay. I didn't even think about that. That was good, right? Okay, another viewer said, move him out. Hold on now. Problem solved. Crazy. We would hold on. Problem solved. Crazy world we live in. If they're not ready, they're not ready. My child will always come first. Okay. That's
Can I ask, when are they ready? Like, seriously, me and my husband, we were just having this about some family members we have, right?
okay.
40 years old at home.
Ooh.
So
Did you see me? I was trying not to be judgmental.
I mean, but I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's not being judgmental, but it's like a kind of like a reality. Like, do you want your privacy? Do you want your significant other coming around? Like, you really gotta go argue with your mom about how cold it is in here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't want your own space. Like, and I get it. A lot we've all been guilty of coddling our kids.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, we have to cut the cord.
Right.
And
So look, she in the chat, Vera said, is he just saying they are of age and they should go? Right. Now, I don't agree with it just because they turn 18. Like, I do
right, no.
definitely, if you are a strong believer that they should go at a certain age, then equip them. You know what I mean? That part we don't have. What did the husband do to educate them, to prepare them, to get them ready? You know,
Right.
same deal. I will look into why and see if he's willing to move the date back. I like that. Move the date back a few months to ensure they are ready to go. Okay. Another viewer said he needs to go because you would not put my children out. Period. Okay. These are the mothers. She is just nosy, y'all. Laugh out loud, but I love it.
They got to be my child.
Okay. I was like, I don't know how we figured out she knows.
They'll tell you I am in their business. Like, I want what y'all doing?
That makes sense. That probably is your child. Shout out to your baby. Okay.
I want to know.
It. So another viewer said he don't want them to walk around in clothes. He don't want to walk. I get it. He don't want to walk around in clothes, right?
Listen, he might want to love on his wife. Like,
okay.
Like, you've been looking good lately, boo. I can't.
Girl, get him out of there.
You gotta be quiet. You know?
That is control in the man cave. Yeah, a little touch of manipulation. I agree. You being a little manipulative, okay? Because like the same way I feel like he should respect her. I mean, she should respect him. He like if your wife do not want you in that man cave sleeping. She said, "What should? It's serious. What should?"
Child, you know it's bad, and it's he on the couch. Know his neck hurts.
She said, "Miss Ebony, the man is so serious. He has been sleeping. How long he been sleeping in there? He should have a whole issue with sleeping in there. You know what I mean?
His neck hurt. Right, is on the couch."
Okay, Dreamy Child said, "I wouldn't use the age to when it's time to move out." Ooh, good stuff.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
mental. Okay, so she probably don't want me to put her out there like that, but it's my child. It's my oldest baby. Your baby here, my baby here, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is my 23-year-old. She said, "I wouldn't use the age to when it's time to move out because mental and age doesn't always go hand in hand." That's the truth. Because baby, you said your son was 22. So is he 18 mentally? Is he 19? You know what I'm saying? That is true. And your baby said, "Yes, hey, mom." Oh.
Hey, girl, hey.
So, like, for real, thank y'all for giving your feedback. Lordy, here go my man, laugh out loud. College, military, something he is not listening with me no more. Okay. So, is your man, okay, so look, for you, Stacey, are you saying that your man is saying, look, you going to go to the college or you going to join that military, but you got to go? Sound like they can't even do local college. And if they do, they definitely have to go and stay on campus. You know what I'm saying? And back to the mental health, because I've lived it and you've lived it. Mm-hmm. Where's your husband at mentally? You know what I'm saying? Is it too much chaos going on in the home? If he retired, he had to do at least 20 years. We don't know what he's seen. We don't know what he's been through. I'm not saying they got to go now, but I'm just saying maybe you can have a one-on-one with him, and then you can, while they're preparing to move, maybe it is too early, but it's something in that household that has to change and enjoy and feel like he has peace within his home. You know what I mean? Is his light bill too high? Are they eating up too much food? Are they not cleaning up behind themselves? Because, you know, some moms, when their kids don't clean up behind themselves, you may be okay with that because it's like, that's my baby and you can clean up, but he may get tired of looking at it. It's so much that's not said. Please give us a part 2 if you're listening. Okay.
I'm curious. I'm
curious too. I feel like with that letter, it's a lot left
Can
out.
you fill in the gaps for us? Like, what
Please,
is
give us a part 2.
Life really like? That way we can give you the adequate advice. But I
listen, that your baby. Thank you. And you know what? Let's shout out to all of our early 20 viewers that are listening in. Yeah. Your baby said, how old is Naira? How old is Naira?
23.
Okay, another 23-year-old. Listen to this, y'all. Okay, for everybody. I agree. I thought I was grown at 18. Big mistake. Big mistake. So that's for everyone that's watching, mommies and daddies. Like, well, once they turn 18, they can go. I think whether you equipped or not, 18 is very. Can they even get an apartment at 18? That's an early age.
No, they barely have credit.
At 18. You can't even get credit till you turn 18. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And it's like I said, it's all in what have you equipped your kids with. You know, my kid at that 18, they went off to school, so it was technically like living alone. And then when it was like, okay, well, we gonna come home, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. This is a solution. That way, y'all, because truth be told, my kids, they want to have their friends over there.
Right.
The boys want to have them girls over there.
Yeah.
Them girls want to have, like they want to have company. And you already know you ain't running in and out over here. Because I don't need to hear front door, garage door, back door while I'm trying to get my rest. No.
And I would say this, it is a big difference when your child go from college and living on their own to coming home. Not saying you should let them, but they come home a whole nother person. They do all the in and out, everything,
Yes, but, ain't washing dishes. Like, I know I taught you how to clean. Like, what you
right? What right. So listen, first of all, shout out to our babies, okay?
Yes.
I appreciate your support because in y'all early 20s, y'all can be anywhere else besides watching us old folks. Now, we ain't old. Rebuke that.
We ain't old.
We are not old. We rebuke that in the name.
Right.
Okay?
We experience.
We experience. Okay? Thank you, everyone that tuned in tonight for another live episode. Again, you all be seeing much, much more of my good sister, Coach Key, okay? Thank you for tuning in. Everything far as the commercial, we're going to drop it in the group. And guess what? We have been keeping up with your all's name. I am going to do a live over in the Facebook, and this is why you got to be in the Facebook group, because somebody tonight is going to win a ticket to a fashion show.
Yes, come win. You get to meet me in person.
Right, because you already got your ticket. You will already be there.
Yes, I already got my ticket. It's secured.
Okay.
So, yes.
Facts. Maybe he don't want her to be a live-in maid. Yeah, Abdullah, we don't have enough information.
Yeah.
We don't. So hopefully,
help us out, sis.
Yeah. Part 2. We need a part 2. You know what's so crazy? I think this is the first letter. I mean, I'm for real about I need a part 2.
Yeah, because it's a lot of missing pieces.
It's a lot.
Like, I think he fed up. It ain't just like they got to go. He tired of seeing them.
He tired. Okay.
Bro is on the couch.
This is another live episode of the Chat and Chew. One more thing before I leave. Thank you, sis. Oh my God. I said the Chat and Chew. I gotta retire. Yo, this is another live episode of the Legends. I got too many shows. Look, the producer's like, you said okay. But look, shout out to you. I really appreciate you, sis.
Of course.
I appreciate everyone else. Some of you all don't know, but my dad is currently in the hospital. He's in ICU. But I'm gonna tell you why I got up here tonight. I almost didn't get up here, right? I rescheduled last week, and my husband / producer was like, "Are you gonna do it?" I said, "I'm gonna do it." I'm gonna tell you why I got up here. I got up here because I've been praying and trusting God for full restoration over his health. So I got up here because if I'm really believing and I'm not worrying, I'm going to go on with life, okay? I'm going to continue to trust God that he's going to restore him. We're already seeing the effect, the restoration already happened. We're already seeing the healing take place versus he went into ICU on Saturday. We saw him and everything. Sunday, we got the call. And we saw him, and from Sunday to today, we already see a turnaround, right? So I got to continue this faith walk. And y'all know I'm real transparent. So for all of my believers and prayer warriors, please keep them in prayer. I'm not even asking you to pray for healing. I'm asking you to thank God for the healing that is taking place.
It's going to be done.
It's going to be done.
It's already done.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Yes, love you.